We've made it. It is August 1st. It is the last month of summer. No matter which state you live in, your kids are going back to school soon. Not that soon. We have some dealer surveys to talk about Uber and BYD and a little bit of Mach-E, little secret video game unlock. That's what it feels like.
I was gonna make that comment. I was gonna make that comment during the segment. I was like, it basically feels like you like backed out, got a little hack code, you know.
I just had
Reddit for a
I
little
just had
unlock.
a brilliant idea. It may be a brilliant idea, but I'm gonna write it down. So when it comes to the third story,
write it down.
I'm gonna literally write down.
Give everybody a little bit of anticipation to lean in with.
Well, because if I don't, I'll just start talking
expose
about
it
it now, and we will again be into the third story before we start the show.
Before we start the dang show. Unbelievable.
All
How
right,
you doing this morning, Paul? How you doing?
It's you know, when you
got some
kids,
sun in Syracuse still?
We have lots of sun in Syracuse.
That's
it
good.
is sun.
We finally have sun.
It is
Nashville.
warm. It is summertime. Man. It is beautiful. They're building a Starbucks literally right across the street from my office window here. So there's
something amazing and magical and terrible and awful about that, all in the same wrapped up sentence.
I know. It makes you want to visit even more. It's so great. Here are the reasons it's great. I just got to watch them demolish a building over the last month. And then there was a pause, and now they're doing the site work. So the bulldozers are out and the grading is out. It's just so fun. And then construction goes, I'm not getting anything done. That's a positive. Another positive is that I own the building that I'm sitting in. So property value, I'm excited to see what happens with that. Yep. And another reason I'm excited is that when you come visit next time, you get to have more Starbucks.
Oh.
Kyle's not a Starbucks fan.
Give me a cake pop, okay, Paul? Just give me a cake pop.
Granted. Cake pops. It will be. Hey, another thing we're kind of like on the down low excited about. Haven't been talking about a lot, but we're going to talk about it right now. Is ASOTU CON 2025. It's August. I mean, I know it's next year, but check out this graphic if you just haven't seen it. This is like, I mean, goes beyond, and I'm giving all the props to our designer Ron, who has done us all these ASOTU CON graphics for a long time. He's got a really expensive job, but he humors us because his family's in the auto industry. But just the aesthetic gets me excited because the topic and the main point is convergence and how all the different pieces of the industry are converging to make something different than it has ever been. And we're going to talk about all of that in 2025, the year of convergence. Yeah. So if you want to be the first to know, if you want to be the first to know when we do announce details and speakers and probably a couple special Easter eggs for the people that are on this list, go to ASOTUCON.com, put your email list. It's the only thing you can do on the site right now. And you can be part of the leveling up of the automotive conference experience, we'll call it.
The conference experience.
Feeling okay today?
Hey, speaking of experiences, we've got a new Auto Collabs episode called Applying Farming Principles to the Service Drive. Yep, you got to listen to it to believe it. Talking about customer retention with Nick Shaffer, and it'll be streaming on social media at 1 p.m. today. You're going to want to check it out, or you can go to any of your podcast platforms, type in Auto Collabs, find that joker right at the top.
Nick's a real genuine guy.
He's a good guy.
He's a genuine guy, and you'll pick that up immediately when you listen to the show. And it's fun to hear him talk about what mountain bikers do in Texas when they move there.
They buy road
Here's a hint: there are no any mountains. He's like, "Who's with me? Anybody?
Hey, anyone? Oh, roads. Got it. Okay,
hey, speaking of who's with me, got an awesome survey to talk about.
Great.
So this is a collab between our friends at Urban Science and the Harris Poll. They released their 2024 Urban Science Dealership Transformation Index. We need another acronym. It's the DTI, the old DTI. And the score is actually improved to 56, nearing the range where it would be considered strong. This is an umbrella thing for the industry. So basically, it's derived from an average of 3 key dimensions: dealer relevance, trend resistance, and actions, like actions taken. These dimensions capture how buyers perceive dealer roles. So this is what the consumer thinks about the dealer's role in the process, their dealer's openness to new trends, or a consumer's openness to new automotive trends, and their behaviors regarding purchasing. So I think this is some very relevant information to be paying attention to. Dealer relevance scored increased to 62%, or to 62, with 43% of auto buyers agreeing that dealers are crucial. This is up from 42% last year. So that's pretty great. 42% of people find current dealership tools effective. Okay. I mean, you're never really winning when less than half people think it's good. Half. Yeah. So let's just not get too excited. But that is up 8 points. So, I mean, we were at 36 last year.
Oh,
I mean, actually, no. What were we at? 34.
Yeah. Ooh. I mean, either way, mom's still grounding you. But at least, you're on the upward climb.
Yeah, 38% feel that dealers are optimized for the future. That's 38%. It was only 27 last year. So we're going in the right direction. Hey, let's celebrate the wins. Fam. Oh, man. Trend resistance decreased with 33% open to online vehicle purchases and 20% seeing personal vehicle ownership as less important. So, I mean, that's like a dichotomy. People in general saw vehicle ownership as more important. I'll put it that way. So this was 3,005 U.S. adults aged 18 and up, 250 OEM auto dealers, sales managers, GMs, dealer principals, or owners. We actually have a really nice write-up about this in our LinkedIn newsletter. You can get it.
You should go, if you're listening to this, you should go to the show notes, find this newsletter, because I think that it's highly relevant for thinking about where you're going to focus time in your business based on what consumers' reactions are to it. It's a really well put together article, and there's a whole bunch of like data and stats and some of the deck from the Urban Science article and study. So check it out.
Or you can just go to LinkedIn and search ASOTU, and it'll probably be the first post you see. So, I mean, like, look, we have a long way to go, right? A long way to go. However, when the trend, there's a lot of other details in there, and people's sentiment towards salespeople, their relevance to getting a good deal. Actually, people connected having a good salesperson with getting a good deal, right? Because it's how you feel at the end of it. Did you get a good deal or not? That all depends on how you feel, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and so
did you feel like you won?
In the right direction.
Yep.
I'm not saying that has anything to do with the show we're producing. I'm just kidding. But that's why we're producing the show, at least.
That's why we do the show. That's why we do that's why we do everything we do. The morning show, the TV show, the ASOTU CON. Like, it's all trying to move this in the right direction. So not just the dealers, but the consumers feel that there's progress and growth in the way that we approach the consumer.
And frankly, we want to, and we're talking about the show we do called More Than Cars. It's a docuseries. Maybe it's going to be on Amazon soon. We'll tell you when we hit the thing. But you go to morethancars.tv. But the point is, like, we want to tell the outside world all the good things that are going on, like, for real inside dealerships. And let's be honest, we want to put pressure on the people that are not doing things in the consumer's best interest.
That's right. Yeah. So, and we, like, that's a hard thing to say because we are pro dealer. But we want to put pressure on the ones that continue to not do the things that are best for the consumer, best for their employees, so that we can rise. It's just rise like parenting. The whole thing.
You have little kids, Kyle. It's like, you got to eat your vegetables. Got to eat the vegetables. You hate me right now, but you'll thank me later.
That's right.
Speaking of, I don't know how to
there's no hating like you later.
There's no hating like none of that in this. Tesla's their main rival, BYD, Chinese automaker, has announced significant partnership with Uber, aiming to provide Uber drivers with discounted EVs. BYD and Uber includes a discount on 100,000 electric vehicles for Uber drivers with initial rollout, obviously not in the US at this point. Right. Europe, Latin America, along with future expansion into the Middle East. Canada, that's one to watch. Australia, New Zealand. They have a growing presence in North America, being Mexico, and they're really working on Canada hard. They've already established a footprint with their hybrid truck and EV crossover plant in Mexico, as well as the desire to open dealerships in Canada. There were some stories around that earlier this week. The Uber deal may include discounts also on charging, maintenance, insurance, which makes a ton of sense.
Wrap it all together.
As incentives for people to buy a BYD vehicle. The two will also explore autonomous driver technology, with BYD investing $14 billion in smart car technology. Dara, I'm going to try this.
Khosrowshahi.
Dude, you're too good at this. Uber CEO noted the partnership's potential to introduce more riders to the benefits of EVs. Quote, many riders also tell us their first experience with an EV is on an Uber trip, and we're excited to demonstrate the benefits of EVs to more people around the world.
I'm telling you, I've been in a significant amount of EVs in an Uber ride. So that is absolutely facts.
So true.
We're gonna watch BYD squeeze in on the US from every position. Europe, then they're gonna do Mexico and Canada, and everybody's just gonna be jealous, and they're gonna do it with US based companies like Uber, and put pressure on the US to allow them at a different at different guidelines than what has been done in the past. I love deals like this because, like we've talked about with rental companies and rideshare, that is a great introduction to an EV. So great job on the strategy from BYD, in our opinion.
So have a question. This came to mind when I was thinking about this. If Uber per se purchased, I don't know, let's say 10,000 vehicles somewhere else and just brought them into the US, as long as they met safety guidelines, would they be allowed to operate? Would they, well, it's an EV. Would they be allowed to operate in the country? Could you license and register that car? Like, could there be 10,000 vehicles that come through Uber into the US, or would there be like distribution laws that would forbid them to even own them?
Yeah. I mean, that's like import, like
I know. I think I was just thinking about that. Like, could there all of a sudden be like thousands of BYD vehicles on the ground here without having to have been sold to a consumer?
Yeah, I doubt it.
I don't know.
But
I feel like even if that was about to happen,
don't take my legal advice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you'd be an idiot if you thought anything we gave you on this show was legal advice. Just saying. Just saying. Speaking of, I don't know, the first part of the show where I said I wrote down a word. The first part of the show where which I do have the word written down. I'm going to save it till after the story.
All right. So Ford has introduced a new performance upgrade for the 2024 Mustang Mach-E GT with the upgrade enhancing acceleration, making the Mach-E GT faster than its rivals. The 2024 Mach-E GT now accelerates from 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds faster than the Model Y at 3.5 seconds, and the Porsche Macan 4 electric at 4.9 seconds. Slow. The upgrade is available through the Ford Pass app. Just the app. It adds 100 foot-pounds of torque, bringing the total to 700 pound-feet of torque and 480 horsepower. Its new features include a Magna-Ride dampening system and an EPA estimated range of up to 280 miles. Definitely the upgrade reflects a desire from Ford to get into its software-driven features and making them accessible via their app. Chet Druna, GM of Integrated Services at Ford, said the freedom to move and customize the vehicle to make it your own is an important part of the ownership experience.
Did they say how much it cost?
I have no, let's see. I can't remember.
Is it free?
No,
it's an upgrade.
It's an upgrade.
Like, is there a free trial?
You can get the upgrade upon purchase, or current owners can access it with a one-time purchase through the Ford app.
Talking about it.
I'm not seeing the price anywhere.
Okay. So
give it to us, Paul.
Well, first of all, I think this is awesome.
It's amazing.
And I wonder how much it is, because that'll just dictate how awesome it actually is. However, I was thinking, like, with this app and this EV, like there are these unlocks, right? So you think about gamification of it. There's unlocks, there's achievements. And then that pivoted my mind to insurance companies and like the new like data track. There should be like achievements that you earn, like badges. Instagram's doing it on social media. Make 2 posts, get a badge. Can you imagine how many grandma drivers there would be out there if all of a sudden people had achievements to unlock by driving within the speed limit for a certain amount of time, and they got actual dollars off of their insurance?
Oh my!
Gamifying safe driving, sometimes AKA annoying driving. Right?
Absolutely.
But that goes like. But then what happens to that achievement when you get this upgrade in the Mach-E? And then you just floor it because you need to see what under 4 seconds feels like. Like your achievements just go bop, 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 bop. They all go away. Right? It's like a achievement reset. I don't know. But I feel like there's a huge opportunity for that.
Yeah.
Insurance companies, Geico,
by the way, $995 before taxes. So $1,000 gets you an extra 180 or 100 pound-feet of torque.
The real win would be like, we can just roll it into your payments. If it's financed, like, you know what I mean?
Bump your payment by $5.
People are doing
for
that.
A few months.
$1,000 is tough. $1,000 is tough for just a little more speed.
Yeah.
Some people would do it.
I don't know. Some people would do it.
I mean, how many Mach-Es
so weird to me that it's just sitting there in the car, that it's just like available. Yeah. And you gotta, like, it's not an upgrade at the time of purchase. It's just like a.
No, I say you can do it at time of purchase.
You can, yeah.
But it's just in there.
Like, unlock it.
It feels way better than the heated seats needing to be unlocked. BMW missed the mark on that one.
I think so too.
Somebody's got to do it wrong so we can learn. It was just, there you go. That one was BMW. This one, Ford, unlocking the power. If you have a Ford Mach-E, go unlock the power, pay $1,000, send us the video. We promise you we will play it on this show.